Hi everybody.
Hi.
Today we are back for yet another episode of Scott and Xiao Drink Tea. It's not a challenge or a contest. If you haven't seen the Can We Stump Xiao and Can We Stump Scott videos where one person tries to make the other person guess what tea it is, you might want to check those out. I think there are 5 episodes of each and they're pretty fun. We're going to do another series of those at some point once we get up the courage, because that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
All right. So today we are going to drink Queen of Yiwu, which is a ripe cake pressed from spring 2018 Yiwu tea that was wet piled, and so it's a pure Yiwu ripe tea.
Yeah.
It's not gushu or anything like that. That would make it insanely expensive. It's just a nice, good, clean plantation Yiwu that was spring again. So and then wet piled in 2018 and then pressed at the end of 2018. And this is Lucy. She's sleeping down here. Beautiful wrapper by Giovanni Crispino. Thanks for that. But yeah, we're going to get started with it.
Yeah.
Let's put it there. But yeah, it's real. I think this is the first time that I've ever pressed an Yiwu ripe.
Yeah.
I've sold other Yiwu ripes. Hailong has several Yiwu ripes that are gushu, excellent, very, very pricey. But again,
It's very good
yeah.
too.
Well, no, that's not true. What am I saying? We did press a Yiwu, 2017, the Yiwu rooster from Old Tree, Old and Wild Arbor material.
Yeah. Sorry.
Which is an excellent cake, and we actually reviewed it. So that just goes to show you, my memory is not so good. Both of our memories, I guess, are not so good. Yeah, the Yiwu Rooster is excellent, and that's quite pricey. That's kind of more along the lines of Hailong's. But this tea is really, really good, and it's also, I think $32 a cake, so it's pretty affordable.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the Yiwu Rooster, I think, is about twice that. Or I think it's maybe high 50s or something like that, or around $60. So, I'm not going to tell you that this is, 500-year-old gushu ripe.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, maybe I should. Just
then you can
sell more.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think this will sell really good all by itself.
That's my cup.
Yeah, this is just a wash. But I like to drink the wash sometimes, even on newer ripe teas, just because I'm always evaluating the tea.
I taste it.
But the wet pile taste has really dropped pretty fast from this one. It's still it's definitely got wet pile taste. It was wet piled.
Fresh.
Yeah, it was wet piled in 2018. So. Yeah.
I told him I'm the one should making the tea. He's like, I want to make the tea, but he can't talk and make tea at the same time. When he talking and he forgot.
What?
Wow. The tea soup is like.
Yeah, it's nice.
Dark rose. Red.
Yep. It's interesting. We have an interesting dynamic because we live together, married, work together.
That's hard.
It can be, yeah, it's pretty rough. It's really rough, actually, sometimes. Wow, what do you think? What do you taste?
Yeah, I'm surprised that the white pale taste is definitely dropped a lot.
Yeah, but it's still strong. It's still pretty noticeable. It's really rich though. This is a really thick sweet tea.
And
It's
the
got
leaves
kind of woody.
is like pretty big.
Yeah. Well, see, yeah, that's an interesting thing about this tea is that it's not one of those ripes where they take all the Mao cha after it's wet piled and then separate it into different leaf grades. This one is just, the Mao cha. They didn't separate the leaf grades. They just pressed it. So it's, and that's to kind of give you the full Yiwu taste,
Yeah. Myself really like the wrap tea mixed together.
Yeah.
Like
well, it's not mixed together. It's just never been separated.
Yeah, I think it's.
They take the Mao cha and they just wet pile it, and then when it's done, that's it. They might remove some cha to in some really big leaf, but they don't, separate out the gongting and the teji and the ichi and the sanji, all that.
I like the wrap tea like this way because it's more flavors, more rich.
Oh, this one is thick. We were drinking that one.
Wow.
What was that we were drinking? Oh, the warm fuzzies we were drinking, and we pretty much couldn't get the tea soup this dark, whereas this one's really quite dark, thick.
The tea soup is like very pretty, very beautiful. Wow, I'm surprised at this tea. I drink the when it's a loose leaf tea before the pressing. It's like much more stronger than the loose leaf tea.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
more flavor. I think it's because the pressing is push out more stuff.
Yep. It's definitely stronger. And then the other thing I've noticed is when we get tea, like samples of tea, and they're in a bag and we're drinking them, and they just, over even just a period of a couple of weeks, they tend to lose a lot of their, they just tend to become weaker.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, I'm really just a fan of pressing teas, both ripe and raw, because it just makes the tea better. Especially, it's especially pu'er. Well, definitely pu'er, because that was kind of how it was intended to be. But yeah, this one is, and if you really like a tea, like a pu'er, when it's a Mao cha or loose leaf ripe, if you really like it in that form, it'll be better once it's pressed, and especially coming from a large batch, where everything's, versus like something in a little bag. And that's why I was, 10 plus years ago, I didn't used to sell samples because pu'er was typically not hyper expensive back then, at least, some of them. But because I didn't feel like the sample was going to be a good representation of the tea itself.
Yeah. Definitely will be.
But I guess it's better than nothing. Convincing people to spend $100 or $200, obviously, or even $50 on a cake that they can't try at least. So,
that's why we offer a lot of sample now.
Yeah. The wet pile taste is fading a bit.
I'm really surprised with this tea. I remember when we got the loose leaf tea, it's like sweet. Like, you feel like you can drink like all day long because it's very sweet. Now it's not just about sweet, it's like
it's
super rich.
It's very rich. It's chocolatey. It has a little bit of bitterness, and I think that's kind of goes back to chocolate again. It's very sweet. It's kind of almost like I don't know how to describe it. There's a fruity aspect to it. Kind of hard to describe exactly.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's got that Yiwu kind of like rounded kind of rounded sweetness to it. It's not sharp. It's not, I felt like Warm Fuzzies was a little more crisp, a little more dry. You know, this one's a little more like round and a little bit softer on the in the aftertaste. It's not quite as I don't want to say drying, because the Warm Fuzzies wasn't drying to the mouth. It was just like crisp. It felt like, you know, and maybe that's, I think, the wet pile taste coming through a little bit still. But yeah, real nice tea soup. We're still, I mean, this is what, the 4th infusion here.
Yeah.
And it's hasn't really lost
Yeah.
much.
它很稳定。
Yeah, and I think it's very stable output. And I think that's, again, the quality of the leaf, being spring tea, and then also being, you know, not separated into grades, or not just 1 or 2 grades of tea. It's the whole thing. Plus, Yiwu, Yiwu has a special picking style, and they tend to include more of the stem in Yiwu than a lot of other places.
Yeah.
And you'll find that in here too. So the stem also gives it a real special quality too, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's very stemmy, but it's stemmed or good.
Yeah, definitely it's more than
a typical ripe.
Yeah.
But it's, if anything, I think it just adds to it.
I don't know. It's always hard for me to use words to talk about tea. You know, this feeling is hard to use words. You just have to try yourself.
This is a classic tea. Did I say 30 and $2? I think it's 40. click.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Maybe after a while we'll be up to 50 something.
Yeah, I mean, this is a late second half of the year 2018 release, so we would probably increase the price on it in the autumn of 2019 or autumn of this year. We'd probably increase it a little bit. So you've got plenty of time.
Yeah, you guys still have like a lot of time.
It's funny because I still come across people who are just like, well, why do you raise prices? You know?
Why? A lot of reasons.
Yeah, a lot of reasons. A lot of it is because the price for tea just keeps going up. The price to, you know, invest in it. I mean, imagine investing a bunch of money and getting 0% return when you have inflation, especially inflation in China.
Also,
not to mention,
storage.
Yes, absolutely. That's gotten, we used to pay peanuts for places in China like 10 years ago to store tea, to, you know, like our warehouse and stuff. I mean, I would say like the same real estate that we paid for 10 years ago now is probably 500% more, at least. Yeah, the rents are 500%, 5 times more than they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
I'll have some landlord is kind of dirty, you know. They saw you, the warehouse is full, and
yeah, they know that we don't want to move all that, like tons and tons of tea, so they come in and just jack up the rent, and we basically will pay it, you know, because it's true, we don't, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to move, not really. Yeah,
it's rough.
Yeah. It's take too much energy to move a warehouse.
Yep.
You have to, you know, remember what kind of tea should be put together. You know.
Well, when you have to lift it and carry it upstairs, I mean. Yeah. Anyways,
Can I have some tea?
Yes. I was talking too much.
I know.
No, tea soup's really nice now. It's not quite as thick as before. It's a little bit more.
Maybe next time I should use a like glass cup or
yeah, we could. I don't have a glass one either,
crystal.
but I'm sure y'all can imagine just how beautiful this is.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah. You know what this tea reminds me of? This infusion? It reminds me of when you take a tea a good ripe tea that you brewed quite a few times, and then you take it and you boil it again.
Yeah.
You boil it for like 5 minutes. It gets that real creamy, sweet kind of taste, you know, real easygoing kind of taste. It has that, but it's stronger than that, but it has that creaminess. I feel like there's like a kind of an oily aspect to this tea. I'm gonna reboil the water here. This is curled up in the dog version of the fetal position down here. I need one of those remote control cameras. You know,
Yeah.
they have ones that you can turn and stuff. Yeah, I can turn it and get the Lucy cam. Anyways.
Oh, we need a camera guy standing there. Move.
Or we need a drone that just flies around.
Yeah. That's yes. 那个叫什么?
I think that would be annoying, like a drone flying right in front of us while we try to drink tea, just so that we could go get a shot of Lucy. I think that's...
Or can come over, get a shot of the tea soup.
Well, some people have a second camera that is like above them or like behind them a little bit.
Oh, I really like this tea. It's really surprising.
I'm happy that you like this tea.
不好说.
All right. All right, let's go. How many grams did you use?
7.
7? Okay.
7, a little bit more than 7 grams.
All right. Tea soup's losing it a little bit here, but this infusion was with the cooler water.
Yeah.
So this one's with the hotter. I think we might get a little bump on this one if I push it.
I have to wait. Yeah.
I do have to wait.
Wow, try.
Yeah.
Even the...
It tastes like an old sheng cha, almost. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I want to say, even the tea soup is, you know, the colors is a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But the taste is still like...
Creamy,
Yeah.
sweet, good body, viscous. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you haven't had this tea since we pressed it. I
Yes.
had it one morning, I don't know, couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I only had a loose leaf tea.
Yeah.
And it's really different.
Yeah. This is a really cute picture. Lucy.
Lucy
And we
is
call it
awesome.
Queen of Yiwu. Because, yeah. That's actually a popular kind of title too, like queen. Yiwu is often considered the queen of pu'er. Mm-hmm. They say,
Banzhang is...
yeah, Banzhang is the king.
Yeah.
Yiwu is the queen. So, but yeah, Lucy's the queen.
Lucy?
She's all zonked out over there.
Tired. She was barking the squirrels outside again.
Mm-hmm. It's a real nice Jin Chan.
Yeah.
I just brought it out. I'm not gonna pour water over it, but because I'm gonna hasn't been utilized yet. I'm thinking to gift it to somebody.
It's nice.
All right, this is the part of the video where we have to wait really long time for the steeps, and this is why I brought out. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. This is why I brought out these, which are the.
Okay.
That's all right. Sure.
I got the 桂花one. 桂花.
Yeah. Those are the 2018 Drunk on Red, made from Linzhang, sun-dried black tea from autumn 2018. This is the just purely tea, purely black sun-dried black tea version drunk on red. And this is the snow chrysanthemum buds. Yeah, snow chrysanthemum buds and black tea version. 雪菊米. Yeah. And that's the osmanthus and black tea version.
Very pretty.
And very, very tasty too.
Yes.
The osmanthus is really nice. We also have an osmanthus Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Is that Yimei-ren?
Yeah.
Yimei-ren black tea and osmanthus Dragon Ball. So that kind of gave us a little bit of a head start on this cake, on the osmanthus cake.
Yeah. Just the black tea is different, but it's both is very good.
And these are teas, I think, that could definitely benefit from a little bit of age. I do believe that the flowers pressed like this will keep fairly well for a few years. This one especially, just the pure black tea one, without the help of the sweetness and the complexity and things, not necessarily complexity, but the additional layer of complexity that the flowers add, is nice. But this pure one is nice too, and definitely, I think it's definitely a tea that's good for aging.
Yeah.
Sun-dried black is definitely Shai Ting Hong. Shai Hong. Yeah. Is definitely one of those teas for aging. So yeah, check those out. Very affordable. Those are like $7 for the pure tea one, and then $8.50 each for the flower tea, the flower and the black tea. And they're also sold as a set as well. And you get I think $1.50 or something off, or $2, something like that.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
That is good as a gift if you want to give somebody, It's a cute little cake.
Yep. So check those out. That was good. We filled up some time there. What do you think? Did that steep?
Did that taste a little bit bitter? Wow.
Pretty similar. It's tasting kind of like a sheng now. A little bit. It tastes kind of like an aged sheng. It's got a little sheng character.
老生茶.
Yeah. Wow. This will keep going. I think we get two, three more steeps out of it, but I think we're going to stop the video here because we're gonna push it for several minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check out 2018 Yunnan Sourcing Queen of Yiwu. Ripe pour tea cake. It's 250 grams, and find it on yunnansourcing.com.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.